This video is part of a beta run designed to recap a Bible study and perhaps provide a brief overview for those who are unable to attend. For those of you coming to my channel for StarCraft 2 action, my next post will be a pretty exciting game, sort of a mono battle. But in any case, I did a Bible study on Genesis chapters 18 and 19 2 weeks ago at UMBC, and the study was titled Marks of Maturity, or The Marks of Maturity. And at first glance, Genesis chapters 18 and 19 appear to be about the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah and the sin of these two cities. But from this passage, we can glean and gain 6 marks of Christian maturity. The first mark of Christian maturity is communing with God. Christ communes with his disciples before the crucifixion, and in the passage, Abraham literally communes with God as well. But today, communing with God means coming to him in prayer, worship, and the reading of his word. The second mark of Christian maturity is to be able to shift attention from ourselves to others, as seen in Abraham's plea to God for Sodom and Gomorrah. The third mark of maturity is to balance being passive and being active. And what this means is Abraham is active in prayer to God and active in serving his guests in chapter 18. And before passivity, Abraham was passive in his response to Sarai's request that he sleep with Hagar, and thus sinned and produced the nations that harass the Israelites to this day. In chapter 19, we find out that Lot has been passive in spreading the gospel, causing a tumble into sin. This fourth point I've already alluded to, so this point is that we should use prophecy as a gateway to prayer and service, just as Abraham did. The fifth mark of Christian maturity is to know that God is great and that God is good. Abraham's prayer gives evidence that he knows the greatness of God to do anything, and that God's character would not destroy the righteous along with the wicked. Finally, we see the last mark of Christian maturity, and that is we should have thoughts that are like God's. Jonah wanted to destroy Nineveh despite the entire city having repented. Abraham pleaded for an entire city, both righteous and wicked. So from all of these marks of Christian maturity, we can ask ourselves, what is keeping me from communing with God every day? How am I being called to serve God today? What is keeping me from serving God? And how can I take action to fulfill God's calling?